Before I had my first baby in 2004, I remember being so intimidated by the prospect of nursing and hearing so many stories from other moms about how difficult it was to nurse. Having now gone through this 5 times, I can tell you that the key to nursing is latching on, getting your baby to hold onto your breast in the right way. So this is what we're going to work on today, and I'm going to go through this with you. First, I'm going to use my nifty little models, okay, my baby and my breast, and I'm going to show you step by step how you're going to get your baby to latch on. And then I'm going to show you a glimpse, don't get too excited, but I'm going to show you a glimpse of my own baby, Marielle, properly latched on. So here we go. Here's my little baby. I think I'm going to have to give her a name. I'm going to call her Emma, okay? So here's Emma. Babies will start to root. Rooting means that the baby is showing signs that he or she is ready to eat. And rooting means that the baby will be going like this, opening her mouth frequently, showing like this, that she or he is ready to eat. If your baby has a closed mouth, however, what you're going to do is you're going to take your own nipple, okay? So you're going to be down like this. You're going to take your own nipple and you're going to lightly tap or brush your nipple along the edge of the baby's mouth, which is going to encourage the baby to have this rooting reflex, okay? The second the baby opens his or her mouth, your nipple is going to go in like this. And what you want to do at that point, and I'm going to just show this like this on my own breast because it's easier for me to show you guys. So the baby's nipple is kind of like this, and then you're going to gently fold the baby up so that the top part of the baby's mouth is over the top part of your nipple, and the baby's mouth is open as wide as possible. So you understand the principle. You're tapping, the baby's mouth is opening, and then you're going to gently lift the baby over like that so that the baby's mouth is open and open wide. This is not like sucking out of a straw, okay? This is not a good latch. The baby should not have a small mouth. That is what is going to cause blisters or fissures. If your baby has latched on like that and they're really just sucking onto the edge of your nipple, just sucking onto this part here, what you want to do is break the suction. And a good way to do that is by taking your pinky finger. You're going to dip your pinky finger into a glass of clean water, and then you're going to insert your finger between your breast and the baby's mouth to break the suction. And then you're going to take the baby off your breast. Do not rip the baby off your breast. That is killer. That will really, really hurt. So you're going to keep going with this. Hang in there. This is like learning how to ride a bike. Nobody is born knowing how to nurse. It's only after time when you get the hang of it that it becomes natural. So I'm just going to quickly look at my notes to make sure that I didn't forget anything. Okay. Really, really key thing. Hold on one second. I got to get my apple. Okay. So if your breasts are very, very engorged, which is a very, very common thing, instead of having this nice, soft, supple breast, guess what you're going to be dealing with in the early days? Your breast is going to feel like this, okay? Think about how hard it is for the baby to get a nice latch when he or she is basically trying to suck on an apple, okay? Not going to happen. So in this situation, take your breasts and express out a little bit of milk or use a pump so that you can get more to having this kind of a situation where your breast is more supple and it's easier for the baby to latch on and get a proper latch, okay? So that's what you do if you have a very engorged breast. Let me think. So now, I think I covered the fundamentals. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go get my own little baby, Marielle, who's waiting close by, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when she is properly latched on. So hold on just one second. So here I am with my little baby, Marielle, and Marielle is a very skilled latcher-oner. She's been patiently waiting to eat. So I'm just going to show you guys in a glimpse fashion. Here's what you're going to do when your baby is not latched on properly. You're going to wet your pinky finger in water, and you're going to insert it between your breast and the baby's mouth like this to break the suction right in there, so that the baby ends up sucking a little bit on your finger. And then you're going to try again to make sure that you get a proper latch. It's also actually important, let me put her on again, that your nipple area be dry, because that's going to allow the baby to get a nice, good grip. But see how she's got her whole mouth is over the areola. Her mouth is very, very wide. She's sucking in a very wide way. It's not at all like sucking out of a straw. You can see how wide it is and how much she gets in there. As your baby's nursing, you're going to be able to hear the sound of the milk going down her throat. a really, really important thing, because you want to distinguish between the sound of the baby nursing, drinking your milk, and the sound of your baby just sucking for comfort. If she's just sucking for comfort, wet your pinky finger and take your baby off your breast, because that's really going to cause blisters. So you're going to make sure your nipple is dry. You're going to tease the baby by tapping your nipple onto your baby's mouth to get her to root. You're going to get her mouth widely over your breast so that she's covering the whole areola area and she has a good latch. If you're having a bad latch, what you're going to do is you're going to wet your pinky finger in a little bit of water, and you're going to insert it right between your breast and the baby's mouth. This should give you a very good latch. Remember, this is not easy for anybody. Hang in there. This is something you're going to get better at, and it's going to feel more and more natural as time goes on.